Hello. Hi. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? The early bird gets the worm. It's 7:30 a.m. here in Manitoba, Canada, and I think that today is going to be an amazing day in the market. I've just got this amazing feeling. And for those that are still interested in my t-shirts, take a look below. 10% of the profits go to a no-kill shelter, and the rest of it is reinvested into the shirts for all giveaways. Fun little project of mine. People are starting to get theirs coming in already, and it is looking phenomenal. A lot of people are saying that it feels incredibly comfortable. And this gentleman here, Tim, he got his as well. Hopefully, we'll bring him trading. And a lot of people are just falling in love with these sweaters because they're very warm, super comfortable, very high quality. So take a look in the link below. But other than that, let's get into a technical analysis and let's be as professional as we can possibly be, because I think that today is going to be an amazingly volatile day, possibly if there is a bounce on the bullish side. Okay. So let's take a look at where we are first of all. Let's take a look always at the month whenever we begin a technical analysis. And of course, the month right now, we're starting to find support range above, hopefully, the 13 moving average. Okay. Remember before when it came down? 13, 13, 13, 13, right? So, and then they eventually broke below it and it was starting to hit the 21s. 21's there, 21, 21, 21, 21, then it finally broke it. So I like the way that the wicks are looking. There's a lot of bulls that are trying to push it to the upside every single month. So let's get to the weekly chart to see how we're trending thus far as well. So the weekly chart is only 7 days in right now. Or sorry, it's about 3 days in right now. Today will be the fourth day. If we take a look here, we see it consecutively over the course of 4 bars, which is now 28 days. It's actually been holding above the 55 EMA. Because it's holding above this 55 EMA here, I think it's a great sign. Every time we are getting closer to a 55 EMA on a weekly, it tends to show some sort of signs of resilience to go to the downside, and that a small short-term support is generally found. That's what I'm finding, at least over a lot of coins. And if we do end up finding an uptrend, my target's still the exact same, which is basically sandwiched in between here. Right, I think we're going to find some sort of support or reaction in these particular zones here. And I'm talking about above 7,800 and also below 86 to 8,700. Let's see how the 3 day is looking as well here. All right, so the 3 day is kind of the exact same thing, right? Here's the 86 to 8,800 range right here. And down way below over here, we're talking about the 7,200 range, but I can bank on probably this first if we do end up downtrending. Okay, this will most likely be a decent support right here. Okay, like that. And then the 2 day, right, we're seeing it sandwiched in between here as well. Actually, let's backtrack just to show you what I'm talking about. So here's the 86 to 8,800 range, and also this one's above 85, okay? And I'm taking these particular zones right here as a support, which was established way back in May. I apologize for the sound in the background. It's actually my dishwasher going off right there. I do live in a fairly small place, but it's home is home for me, right? So I'm very happy to live here in a small place, but sometimes you can hear all the sounds of everything else, okay? And then you take a look here as well on the 2 day chart, and we see that it's kind of squeezing between here, right, as well. And then we take a look at the daily, just keep moving down. So let's go back to the 3 day and take a look at the histogram, okay? So the histogram is actually fairly consistently moving to the upside. No signs of crossovers yet. The 2 day, all right, I don't know, like this could be it right here, guys, okay? Remember I was talking about, let's backtrack. Do you remember my video? If you have not seen it yet, I highly recommend that you look at it. Let me just show you 2 videos that I highly recommend that you look at when you find time, if you have not already. Because one, I think it's going to help you learn a little bit about the methodology of mine that I have for testing, right? And I would highly recommend you watch this video as well. The tools considered important for trading. And I talk about discipline and drive. If you've missed that video, definitely check it out because it's a 30-minute video where I make it more like a podcast style. I think it's going to help a lot as well. And this is the one I wanted to show you, okay? It's called Must Watch, XRP, MACD, Backtesting Methodology, Tactical Analysis. Watch that one, and I'll relate it to what we're talking about right now as well, okay? So every time, what we're looking for is to see what sort of reaction will happen when we are first crossing over from the positive side to the negative side. And then what happens on the first crossover? As you can see right here, in about in 2 days. Okay, today's there's 2 days for this 2 day candle, which will count the 22nd and the 23rd. So the 24th is, or the 26th maybe at most, is the date before the 26th. We could see a huge rally. Let me explain to you why. Okay, so we're gonna keep going back. We're gonna keep going back. We're gonna look for a point where it came high, very high, from the positive side to the negative side. We're not talking about a small one, okay? Like this is a small one, it doesn't count, right? Like that's gonna not be on my list right there, okay? I mean, this one here, if we were even to count that one, all right, sure, we'll count it, okay? Where the first crossover happened, this one came from the positive side, and it crossed over to the it went to the negative. So once again, the MACD and the histogram are positive, and it goes to the negative side. And the first crossover was August the 27th, right around here. And of course, we end up rallying about 26%, okay? So that was very significant, in my opinion. So let's take a look at the next major one that we've seen. So here's the next major one where it comes from a very, very high point, yes? Yeah. So it comes from the high point and the positive of the histogram and MACD, goes to the negative side right here. And then once we see it cross over right there for the first time, we actually ended up getting like a 100% jump, which is kind of ridiculous, right? 100%. So am I wrong to say that we could expect the exact same thing that can happen on this 2 day if it actually ends up coming to fruition? And I think that the answer is yes. It's absolutely possible to use the past to try to predict the future. That's what a technical analyst does, right? We believe that all information is reflected in everything that we see on the charts here. So I'm pretty excited for it. So let's look on the 4 hour now. Let's go to a little bit of a smaller time frame, okay, folks? All right, so this is how I am seeing it right now as well. A little bit scary, right? Would you say so? It's kind of looking like that. That's how it's conforming, in my opinion, right? I don't think this is even a possible scenario anymore, right? If it is, sorry, I meant like, I'm not sure if I consider this a possible bull trap region just because of how it doesn't really look the best the way I draw this, right? I mean, if you actually, yeah, it could be, you never know, right? Like it could be all right like that, maybe. I mean, it's not like we're just gonna keep angling it until it fits our, or to conform it until we were happy. It doesn't really work like that. But my point is this, okay? 1 support, 2 support, 3 support, 4 support, 5 support. Are we actually bouncing off of these regions or what? So if we do bounce off of this region, it will be a very nice bounce, in my opinion. Okay. And I always do a conservative level of forces first, right? But of course, we're gonna find resistance around 8100. But the biggest question right now is simple. Are we going to bounce off of this current support? And if we do bounce, how much will we bounce? Okay, I'm going to give you guys a very detailed technical analysis video later today for Elliott Wave. If not today, then tomorrow at the absolute latest, okay? But just to give you a quick breakdown of what I think is going on is that, of course, this is W, X, Y, or sorry, A, B, C, right? And this is where the W begins, okay? That is where the X point is, okay, X, and then now we're getting another A, B, C, where we say to ourselves that, wow, this actually made a one-to-one extension for this first A, B, C right here. And then this one as well is making about a one-to-one extension at the same time as well. Look at that. So that's also A, B, C possibly, okay? So this could be 1, 2, and then subwaves 1, 2, 3, 4, and that could be 5 right there. And this is now A, B, C, and now this is the 5th wave coming to the downside that's heavily truncated. Okay, and then now we'll go to this particular region right here, Where if this were the actual first wave, well, I guess you would draw it something like this. If we are going to a little bit of Elliott, I think you guys are just tricking me. You're just trying to get me to talk about Elliott wave. Yeah, I know you guys better than that, because I know you guys know me really well as well. Where if I get into Elliott wave, I'm most likely gonna keep going into it. Ha! You guys fooled me. I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, so I believe that could be 1. Okay, that could be 2. Could be 3. That could be 4. That could even be 5. That's super truncated, right? Or it can even be something like this, okay, where this could be 1, 2, 3, a 4, and a 5, something like that. Possible, okay. This could be the really ugly ABC coming to the downside already. Who knows? I don't want to break it down that much, but it's a really ugly ABC though. This one is making fucking 1618. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I swore completely by accident there. I was just thinking something completely different in my head. I was actually thinking of 2 different side stories while I was kind of auto-narrating that. So I apologize for swearing there. You guys know that I usually don't swear in my videos anymore. Other than that, guys, this is making about a 1618 extension roughly. A little bit more than that. That's fine with that as well. So let's go. Do you guys ever do that where you're just you feel like you're on autopilot? Whenever I do a technical analysis, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah, and now this could be making a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Ooh, that's a tough one. 1, 2. That could be 3 all the way down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 3, 4, the 5 here. But my main point is this, okay, guys. Regardless, okay, let's break this down and summarize this, okay. If we broke it down and summarized it, I'd probably say this. If we do end up bouncing from here, we're probably going to take a Fibonacci structure of just a single wave. And I would personally say I would take a Fib structure of just this particular wave, and I would probably end up targeting something very conservative as my scalp position for the day, which would be between 8,087 and 8,134. And why do I say that? Because of this right here. Okay, check that out. See what I mean? Okay, so if we bounce right here, you can expect a reaction up to these particular regions in the 0382 and also the 0.5 Fibonacci level here. I just gotta get some water. Excuse me for one moment. Just give me about 30 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. I'm not really a fan of editing the videos. I like to drink water in a wine glass to make me feel like, you know, when you stop drinking, you do little things to kind of, you know. Okay, thank you very much for waiting. I appreciate that. Alright, so now if we bounce off of here, great. We'll target anywhere between 87 and 8134. But if we fall out of there, guys, I mean, let's go to a higher time frame now, okay? If we went to a higher time frame, we're talking about, say, a 2-hour chart, we gotta use all of these resistances as a point of interest, okay? So of course this is going to be one right there, of course this one will be one right there, and of course there would be one right here as well, okay? But realistically, this is the one that's most likely the strongest in my opinion. Therefore, I'm going to show you guys how I personally choose ranges, okay? I choose the interim swing lows, and I just kind of go from the low to the high section, right? Here's the low. I'd probably say that's the higher region up there. And I just like to make it green because then it's prominent. So I make things red when it's a resistance, right? Color coding is important. Whenever I'm sure a lot of you guys have, you know, college and stuff, and or when you're in school, you're using highlighters and stuff, right? Color is really important when you're demarcating specific sections as well. So then I would easily say that this could be my particular support zone, which could be anywhere in between where we're talking about between 78.65 to 77.37. Okay, so we're talking 77.37s. Like 77.37 to 78.35 or something. Was that it? 58. My bad. 78.58. So I just want to give you guys kind of you know, I want to let you guys see it here on the actual screen. Okay. So that's kind of a good range for us to get to a support, in my opinion. Okay, because then we're taking the lows and the highs of these particular regions. And then of course, if we, that's like a 200 plus drop, right? So we're only going to worry about it $200 at a time, because I am a day trader. And here we're talking about, you know, 80, 85, 81, 33. Okay, 80, 85, 81, 33. 80, 85 to 81, 83. 83. And you guys can even take a, the reason I'm doing this, because you can even take a screenshot of it or something if you want, right? So that's my particular range if we actually get there, okay? Okay, this is the bearish view, this is the bullish view. So yeah, it's simple enough, right? Bullish view, and this is the bearish view. And make sure you guys are always asking questions, okay? I got this for a reason here. This comments, okay? I click on comments here. I just want to show you guys and encourage you to ask questions on YouTube and Twitter. Udemy, I honestly don't even go on it, right? It's so it's a lot better that that people. Anyways, I just want to show you guys that, you know, people always write to me here, and I reply to everybody. If I've read it, I'll give you a heart. You know, there's a lot of people who are spammers on here that I delete right away eventually, right? You know, these guys are just spammers, but make sure you guys are asking a lot of questions. So yeah. Excuse me. Have to see. Sneeze. Ooh, that one was a long one building up there. Okay, so this is the bullish view where we could get up to 80, 87. Okay, and this is the bearish view where we could simply just fall down. And that's exactly happening already. Okay, so I actually got to tweet this right now, that we're breaking a support range right now. So yeah, this is kind of cool for you guys to just see me do things live as well, I'm sure, right? But anyways, guys, that's going to be the quick summary for the day. Just to wrap you up with these quick thoughts right here, right? Further evaluation of EW is required. For now, let's see a break in support, and these are my short-term ranges of support. A TA video is being released in 5 minutes. Okay, so yeah, that's about it right there. So guys, I think that we're gonna end up falling. Like, look at this, we fell 100 already. Oh my gosh. Look at this volatility right now, guys, as we speak, okay? Wave failure already. We're taking a look at here. Wow, this is insane, guys. This is my exact range that I want to go to. This is a lot of volume right now, okay? Yeah, this is a lot of volume, guys. This is like 146 Bitcoin just ended up shooting down here right now. Actually, more than that, 1,000 or something. 1,000 Bitcoin just ended up shooting to the downside. Oh, this is so aggressive right now. Yeah, but I think I'm right, guys, about finding a short-term support here. Now, actually, I'm gonna keep going, okay? I'm gonna keep going and tell you guys this as well, that if we break further down from here and we don't hold at my level, the next support range would be around 7,500. Okay. Now let me show you guys why. 7,500. Oh wow. The next support range would be right around here. Okay. Like right exactly where we are. Next support range. Range is this interim. Swing low. Actually, I'm going to write the next support range is this. The next support range is based on you know what, I'm just gonna wrap it up here soon, but I want you guys to know that the next support range that I see is about 70 74.81 and up, okay? And if we don't hold there, it's going to be kind of nasty in my opinion. So I think now, guys, because we saw things come to fruition literally in the middle of my video, right? My bias needs to now change to a fairly bearish day, right? We did not bounce here whatsoever, right? Didn't bounce there whatsoever. And I was expecting a bounce, but it didn't actually happen at all. So now I'm left to believe that this is the next support range, and I'll actually write it here, right? Next support range is between 7,481 and 70, and now basically. Actually 71 and 7,600, I'll say, or 600 around there, okay? If this fails, it will be a very violent drop. If this does not hold, it could be a very violent drop to 7K. I want you guys to know that as well. If the above does not hold, we can see a violent drop to 7K range. Okay, this is getting scary right now, guys, that this literally happened in the middle of my video, and that's just mind-blowing, isn't it? That this literally, guys, happened while I was making this video for you. So now I'm going to tweet this right now, and I'm going to say, that's it. This may be a very volatile day with immense opportunity for profit. Actually, I shouldn't write with an immense opportunity for profit. That's actually understood. So everybody, I hope that you guys are having a great time so far, seeing me do this live in terms of seeing the volatility happen right in front of our eyes. Okay, guys, we saw it drop $500 right in front of our eyes, and it was just beautiful, in my personal opinion, to see this happen. And I think that if we don't hold above 74.81, we are actually going to get a very violent drop to the 7K ranges. So all bullish sentiment is off the table for now. Maybe we'll get some sort of crazy bounce later, but other than that, thank you very much for joining me, and have yourselves a great day. Bye now.